What up, folks? Staying out of loss review today. It's always good for your health to surround yourself with people who know, not people who think they know or act like they know. There's enough of that going on in social media, right? I want to come in and talk about the GENiUS Act and the CLARiTY Act and how the ISO 222 compliant cryptos, right? The veins of the new financial system, the rails. You can do your own research to be able to get the information you need so that you can dollar cost average into assets, real world assets, commodities that will allow you to basically build your own 401k. So through the basic scale of 100, right? Where does it start? It started with the GENiUS Act, which opened the door for stable coins, digital dollars, right? Which led, it was signed into law last July, right? And it gets implemented a year later. That would be this July, right? So now that the GENiUS Act has been applied, the CLARiTY Act is on the table, waiting to be cleared and signed. My educated guess says July. We don't have to chase clout. We don't have to guess and all this type of stuff. It's going to happen when it happens. When the GENiUS Act was signed, I thought it was ready to go, right? No, it takes a year before it's implemented. All right. So that's a forward test. Now, the CLARiTY Act more than likely will be signed in July once the GENiUS Act is in effect, and then sign the CLARiTY Act. And then 1 year later, next July, 2027, the CLARiTY Act will be implemented. So I posted these ETFs, exchange traded funds, on cryptos that are going to be here in the future, right? You don't just get an ETF, especially a crypto, something that don't have no value. I love my job. I love being able to pay forward the truth because people think they know the truth. They're running around here with what they think is the truth. Instead of promoting the real truth, they'd rather promote what somebody else said. I got the proof right here that this is the truth. And then you got the scale where you weigh back and forth on what's the truth and compared to what people think is the truth. And it's the scale is starting to tilt all the way over to the real truth. Right? So ETFs, that's what we're looking at. XRP, Avalanche, which is a good one, Avalanche, because most people haven't even heard of Avalanche. And what is it? Polkadot, yeah, most people haven't heard of Polkadot. And Solana, along with XRP. New ETFs are coming out because, why? Because the GENiUS Act was signed into law, which gave clarity, right? Just a little bit of clarity. Once the CLARiTY Act gets signed, then we're going to have full clarity, and then the institutions, the banks, can now get involved. Oh, the banks are stopping the CLARiTY Act from being passed because they don't want customers to pull all their money out of the banks and go get build their own bank. This is building your own bank, understanding where to put your money so that you can generate your own yields, hundreds of percentages, thousands of percentages. If I put $1,000 in these ETFs, Once the CLARiTY Act is signed into law, these things are going to explode to the upside, because now everyone has the clarity, everyone has the rules, everyone understands they're commodities, they're not securities or whatever. If it's a security, it'll be legally clarified if it's a security or a commodity. Either way, they're monetary vessels to generate value, to generate wealth. That's what we're doing. And no capping, no clout chasing, none of that. I'm here to promote the truth. All right? And it ain't even about how much I make. It's about how much you make. And can you promote the proper information so that you can help other people get on the train? That's what it's about. Because if you're not about that, you capping. So I love it. Like I said, there's people out here that want the truth. They support the truth. They just want to know what the truth is so that they can support it. There you go. I ain't got nothing better to do than to promote the truth. I owe it to the people around me, and that's what it's about. I can come in here every day and say something saucy. It don't matter. I could talk about crypto. I could talk about metals. I could talk about the stock market. I could talk about oil, natural gas, gasoline, heating oil. You guys heard me say everything I need to say. And I get out of showing my profits and all of that. I just want you to know how good I actually do this, right? So I'm not going to keep showing profits. I'll show you entries, right? And just utilizing the basic scale of 100. Again, the scale is what it is. It allows you to buy at discounted rates. That's what you want. When you're going to buy something, you don't want to just buy anywhere. You want to buy at as low of a price as possible. This is what we're calling investing. Trading is leverage. It's different. It's the same, but most people just want to take the easier route. I don't really want to trade. I just want to put my money into something that I could trust. Yeah, an ETF, exchange traded funds. That's where, people would put money into the Magnificent Seven, But what's coming is 1,000 times more powerful than the Magnificent Seven. It's the new financial system. The Magnificent Seven is basically the old financial system. That thing is already, the Magnificent Seven has been around, and it's going to be around. And you just want to weigh it, right? That thing has already taken its route. What we're dealing with now in the new financial system is just beginning. You want to get in the beginning, at the bottom. I show you examples of these ETFs and the prices, right? 35, 25, 15. That's the part of the scale. Where are the Amazons and the Apples and the Teslas? They're at $350 a share. They used to be $15 a share. That's what I'm trying to show you, right? And not trying, I'm doing it. That's what this channel is about, is paying it forward, giving you exactly what you need to know. There's no opinion. It is what it is, right? And I don't hear nobody else saying it. Nobody's telling me this. That's why I when I think of friends, quote unquote friends will help you with shit like this. So do I really have friends? And I'm not gonna hold it against. Man, I tell you, the timing of things is just, it is what it is. But like I say, it's an honor and a privilege, and it's an accountability and responsibility thing, because I was lacking in accountability in certain areas of my life. And it's time to graduate, right, and move to that next stage and help people, because nobody helped me, right? Not with the truth. They helped in other ways, but I'm able to give you the 100% truth of it all to gain financial freedom. Because if somebody would have helped me with this out of high school, nobody knew. So I can't, like I said, I can't hold it against anyone to be like, oh, you should have. No, they didn't know. That's why they couldn't help me. They helped me with all kind of other things that wasn't necessarily the truth of it all. right? So I feel it's my responsibility to pay this information forward until I leave this earth, right? So that's what this channel is about. And again, I talk a lot of trash, and I love it. I love to do what I do because I can do what I want to do. So, but as long as I can help people the right way, right? Because it's for the people and not the profits. You got to weigh it out. You got to take the truth and be like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do, right? And once you're doing it, and you can say that you're doing it, see it, say it, do it. See that you see it, say that you see it, and then do what you say that you see. You get to the business, and then you can help somebody else see it, say it, and do it, right? Create this lineage of gaining financial freedom. We want to be consistent and persistent in doing these things, right? There's nothing better to do because this has everything to do with every single one of us. Price moves with integrity. If you lack integrity, you're not going to be able to do things that require integrity, right? I repeat these things because it's worth repeating. People come in here and repeat trash all over social media every day. So it just motivates me to come in here and speak the truth every day, right? So shout out to an awesome trading week and investing week. Once again, we got to get to it, right? So let's get to it. Hey.